Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk a little bit today about unity. With all the organizations we have in Columbus and the state of Ohio, and even national, if we would pull together, we could get laws changed so that people are treated fair and equal. That's what our organization has been trying to network with the other groups, and unsuccessful for the most part. There's a few groups that say, yes, we're going to work with you. We don't always have to agree on everything, but we have one core value, and that is that people should be treated fair. One of our biggest concerns has been, and what this group was founded on, was fair practices for those that had to see the parole board. We have roughly around 4,000 people that were sentenced before 1996 that is see the parole board. Then you have the lifers under the new law, which was 1996, probably about 4,800 to 5,000, and some of them have been down already 20 years. Let me explain the difference between the two laws. Those that was sentenced before 1996, which every one of them had to see the parole board. Then those that were sentenced after 1996, only lifers such as murder had to see the parole board, and that was called truth in sentencing. But for most crimes, they're doing less time as those that were sentenced before 1996, which is really not fair. We've been trying to push that they would only have one law in Ohio, and so far we've been unsuccessful on that. We had one of our members, Beverly, out of Michigan, who was locked up at Ohio Reformatory for Women, draft up a legislation with Linda Carlin out of Pennsylvania, and it's outstanding. And we have brought it. We met with several legislators regarding it, and they were very impressed. So let's pray that something can be done to help those folks out. But as we are fighting the pro board, we need to help the men and women upon their release. As you know, if we want to cut down on the violence on the streets, let's help these folks out with housing, employment, um, transportation as soon as they get out. That's one thing our organization is doing. We're collecting personal hygiene products. If you have any brand new toothbrushes, toothpaste, shampoo, soap, body wash, please donate it to our organization so we could put together a care packet. Or you can make a donation to a website for our housing initiative or for the personal hygiene. Our website is fairtreatmentreformandreentry.org. Um, our phone number is 614-404-4924. But we need to start working together. We get people released every day, and Columbus is the largest city where the most are coming to. We have more of an opportunity in Columbus. It's a little bit easier to find housing and employment, and there are jobs that will hire these folks. But we have to find out exactly who they are. We know some of them, and as we are trying to help them find employment, we want them to be paid fair, not under what they should be paid. Some of the men and women that are incarcerated are the smartest people I ever met. And some of them are the greatest artists, too, by the way. So we need to pull together. We need to have successful fundraising. We have several committees. One is our fundraising committee, which will help plan ways to raise money towards our housing initiative. Then we have the Reentry committee that will help with programming and how we could help them upon their release. Then, of course, we have the Pro Board Committee, which really needs to have people on there that are dedicated to do research, find ways that we could bring a better practice to Ohio, and a lot of it would have to be through legislation. But I'm a firm believer that all this can be done, but it's going to take many, many people to work with us. So I'm calling for other organizations to pull together, and let's put our selfish egos aside and remember it's not about us, it's about who we can help. And it's going to take, like I said, an army to make these changes. We have a protest coming up in April April 12th, we're going to meet at corner of South High and State. We're protesting unfair practices in our state prisons and our county jails, as well as the parole board. So bring out your signs. Let's broadcast that, and let's bring hundreds of people to that protest. We have a meeting coming up in January 27th of this year at 2:30 at the Parsons Library on our housing initiative. Love to have you join us there. We do have quite a bit of support, but we don't have the funding yet. We need to work on grants, and that's going to come to place once we get the support from the community. And that's going to take many people again to support us in that effort. There's only two places, to my knowledge, in Columbus that houses women. Men, there is more, but we need to house those offenders with lack of family support or hard to place offenders, and with a program to help better themselves and to teach them accountability. With all the years that I did, I was very fortunate. I had a family that helped me out with the house, helped me out with the things I needed. But, if I didn't have the help of them, I could be homeless. We have men and women coming out of prison every day that go to the homeless shelter. You do not want a violent offender to roam the streets homeless. They need the stable housing, and they need that second chance, third chance, fourth chance, as it took me. And I did a lot of stupid things in my past that I'm not proud of. But I do believe that they need the help, as I did for my family. So let's pull together, and let's assure that people are treated fair in our prisons, our county jails, and even the homeless folks. We can't forget them. Thank you, folks.